Okay, I know I have not posted since January, and I swear I have my reasons. Okay, first of all, I was renovating my house. Second of all, I was renovating my apartment and I didn't have time. I'm sorry, it's the truth. And also, I was up to the neck with uni work, but here I am right now. I passed my year. I'm a fifth year now. It's over, and I'm here, okay? And since I'm back, I wanted to share with you the books that I read in March because I read a lot. Some were good, some were not, and I think we should talk about it, okay? So let's begin, shall we? Starting off with the first two books that I read in March. They're actually The Culling Trials Part 2 and Part 3 by K.F. Breen. I read the first one in February, and they're not bad, okay? I think that it was my mistake. Well, I'm not gonna say it was a mistake because I did enjoy them to a degree. I just think that I'm not the demographic for the book. It's a good book for teens, maybe tweens. You know, I think that if I would have read that book when I read the Percy Jackson books when I was like 12, 13, I would have loved it because at times the writing is a little bit juvenile. I don't know if I'm going to finish the series. I still have 3 books. I think I'm going to just because I started it. But yes, at times I do find myself thinking, well, this book is not for me. Now, let's talk about a book that completely destroyed my soul. You know which book it is. I know which book it is. I'm talking about It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I have no words to describe how ugly I looked while I was reading this book. I'm talking like rivers of tears, and I was hyperventilating. I knew it was going to tear me apart, and I still read it, and I loved it. Loved it. I am so, I'm not going to say it happy, I am so grateful that this book depicts toxic relationships the way that it does. Yes, you still have your knight in shining armor and everything, but sometimes when people write about toxic relationships, they do not talk in depth about the guilt and the denial and the almost addictive qualities of the relationship, and I absolutely adored how it was written. I think I'm actually going to record a review of the book. Let me know if you want to see it because I do have thoughts, and I have a lot of thoughts. Also read the Red Queen series by Victoria Aveyard, and I have, let's say, mixed feelings about it. I liked it, okay, don't get me wrong, I am a sucker for a dystopian series, but I think that it lacked something. Maybe the characters don't have enough charisma. I don't know, I just felt like I couldn't click neither with the protagonist nor the antagonist. And I am a person who usually falls in love with the antagonist. The plot I find very interesting because yes, it's set up in a dystopian world with superpowers and whatnot, but at the root it still talks about racism and class issues and very real topics, and I do not think it undermines them by making them about powerless blood and blood power. I think that it tackles the social aspect very, very well. I just think I couldn't click with the characters very well. But maybe that's a me thing. The book was written beautifully, it was paced great, the world building was amazing, and I really, really like the idea. So maybe it's a me thing, I don't know. And last but not least, definitely not least, we have The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins, and let me tell you, everyone has to read this book. I loved it. I heard that they're actually making an adaptation, and I have very, very, very high expectations of it. Because, yes, I read that book like, what, 2 weeks ago? I think it's one of the best books that I have read this year. And I have already read my share of books. First of all, let's talk about the storytelling, how she weaved that story, because I do think it's, while not a masterpiece, very, very great. You know, she made us not bat an eye about the fact that Evelyn had 7 husbands, which is completely bonkers. And we were like, oh yeah, 7 husbands. Sure. No big deal. And how did she make that? By telling a great story. This is the way that I like a character to be built, you know, motivations, internal dialogue, just a complete person, you know, it's not just a two-dimensional character that you are reading about in a book. She made Evelyn a tangible person because she gave her so much depth, and I actually really, really appreciate it. I also have a lot of thoughts on that book. Also, let me know if you want to see a review. No, actually, I'm going to make a review about it. So, yeah, those were the books that I read in March. I'm back. Hopefully, I will not disappear again. I promise. No, I promise. I will not disappear again. Let me know if you have read some of these books, what you thought about them. You know, let's talk in the chat. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you're happy that I'm back, maybe you can pressure me to, you know, not disappear again. And I'll see you soon. Bye.